I would like to spend a couple of minutes discussing the concept of silence being the womb of creation. Last week or 2 weeks back, someone reminded me, Babs, tell me about the secret. Tell me about the law of attraction. Tell me about how do I go about getting what it is I want. And although we would have discussed that subject sometime last year, today I would like to look at the concept of getting what I want in this life or in this world from the perspective of where should we start. Today is not about how to get, we will discuss that another day, but today I would like to remind you or to emphasize the importance of where should we start. If we would like something in this world, it is not just about knowing how to create, but we should know where the process of creation begins. And where does the process of creation begins? It is in that concept that is called, what is it called? Silence. And this morning I would like to beg your indulgence. Babs, can you hand me the mic? I would like to beg your indulgence to emphasize a certain point. And I would like to call someone from the audience and anyone at random to please come forward. It's not a trick, it is just an example that I would like to draw. And seeing that everybody is volunteering, I would like to ask Billy, my friend Billy, to come forward. Please come. Stand and face the audience. Billy, Sitaram.
Sitaram.
I'd like to have a very simple conversation with you. Yeah?
Yes,
so when I ask you the question, you answer. Right? How are you doing this morning?
Fine. Healthy.
Fine and healthy. Very nice. How was your week?
Good. Very small. Up and downs.
Up and downs. You want to tell us about the up and downs? Alright, tell us more about the up.
Okay, the up is little difficult. Going to work, reaching on time. Finishing on time too. But it works out every week.
How's your wife?
Fine.
And how are the dogs?
Good.
Do you notice that there is discomfort in the silence? It was a very smooth, comfortable conversation as you were going along, but when I stopped, it was as though, where are the questions? And he stopped. If you looked at him, if you observed him, he looked at me almost in anticipation of, Babs, no more questions? He stopped. I wonder what's the next question. And you see, the look on his face was anticipation of the next question. But more importantly, thanks Billy.
Yeah.
The look on his face was that the silence was unusual, it was uncomfortable. Have you ever had a conversation with someone on the telephone or with your friend or your husband and your wife, and in the midst of the conversation, or even a total stranger, and in conversing with that person, somewhere along the line, there is in what radio people call dead air, meaning silence. Many people are very uncomfortable with silence because it is almost as though we need to fill it with something. And that concept of finding silence in our day-to-day lives is a concept that many of us forget. We forget how to access. The French scientist Blaise Pascal made a very powerful statement to the world. And you know what that statement was? The statement was this: man's miseries, all of man's miseries, derive from our ability to not be able to remain quiet, or rather, remain silent while we're by ourselves. This is a scientist that made a statement. All of man's miseries are derived from our inability to enjoy our own company in silence. And if you think of that concept, ask yourself this question this morning. Some of us may have different answers for the questions. Have you ever been at home by yourself? When you're accustomed with a household that is very busy and always activity and things are happening. I often hear people saying, Babs, nobody is home. My wife or my husband is not at home, or the children are not at home. And going home is like, the house is haunted. I don't even know what I can do. Because it is as though the silence screams at me. I can't bear the silence. Some people even treasure the silence. But today I would like to remind you that the silence that we're speaking about this morning is not only about the external silence of a silent environment, but if you would like to get and create whatever it is you want in this world, the silence that I'm speaking about, it is that which is internal. The dialogue, the noise that occurs internal to our being. There's a story of a Zen master. Zen is a concept in Buddhism. You know, a lot of people say they would like to be in a state of Zen. The Western language, we take everything ancient. It was like guru. Guru is now a modern day word. Everybody understands what is guru. Even the politicians say when you speak to the political gurus. So the words have become very modern day and accepted. Zen is an ancient Buddhist term that means enlightenment. Zen means enlightenment. So one day there was this Zen master, this guru, this realized master. He was walking in the forest with one of his disciples, with his disciples. And this disciple was a new student, and he wanted to learn the concept of how to enter Zen. Is there anybody here who would not like to know what is it, or how do you enter a state of Zen enthusiasm or enlightenment? Everybody would like to enter a state of Zen. So the guru, the master, was walking in the forest, and they came across a very beautiful environment, similar to what Narad Muniji found when he was walking in the Himalayas. And they decided to sit there quietly and enjoy that area. So as the master was sitting in silence and enjoying, the disciple asked the question, "Oh Master, how do I engage, how do I find this enjoyment that is called Zen? How do I find that state that is called Zen? How do I enter it?" And the master said to the student, he said, "Child, do you hear that stream that is flowing in the background?" And initially, the student listened. He quieted himself. He did not hear. And after sitting in silence for a few minutes, vaguely in the background, he started hearing that sound of the stream. And he said, "Guruji, oh Master, I hear it, now I hear it, I hear the sound of that stream, very faint sound of that stream in the background." And the Master said, "You will enter Zen from there. You will enter that state of enlightenment from there." Immediately we decided to keep walking. And as they walked now, everything became alive in the forest. The student felt as though he experienced everything for the first time. There was enthusiasm, there was zest, there was a state of brighter colors, even what he experienced and he enjoyed in the forest. But as he continued walking, he stopped and he started thinking about other things. I wonder this, I wonder that. And then he echoed aloud, he said to the Guruji what he was thinking. He said, "Master, what if I told you I did not hear the stream? What if I said to you I did not hear the stream? What would you have said to me, Master?" And the realized Master said, "I would have said to you, enter Zen from there too."